10K months with private car rentals. You can have that and more. Let's look at the dashboard and take it from there. So we're in the 10th day of November and we're already halfway there. We're averaging about 4 days per trip. We're still having some trip expenses and we have to pay to have the car on the lot. Then we have a subcontractor who helps and we have to pay him for working as well. Let's dive in per car, slice this data up and see what's making sense. Okay, the Ford Expedition is doing good. 2 trips at 11 days. Chevy Tahoe, 2 trips, 6 days. So it's probably going out like 3 days a piece. Nissan Altima, 2 trips, 14 days. So they're renting it out 7 days at a time. The Ford Edge, it's a smaller SUV, but it's doing really good too with 2 trips and about 11, 5 and 6. 5-day booking, 6-day booking. Now, let's take a look at the Mercedes. The Mercedes has 3 trips, 5 days. The trip minimum is 3 days, so that means that some exceptions were made in order to get this car out. So, one of the trips was 1 day. Sometimes it's just not worth it to break the trip minimum because you're having a whole lot of energy being expended and you're not making a lot of profit. And side note, that's the same thing that happens with my Airbnb. Days to be booked in my Airbnb, 3-day minimum. Because if I'm doing 1 day and the house is 2,400 square feet and we're bringing in $50, but we're moving all this energy around to make $50, it's not worth it. Okay, so that's how the data can support you to help you make those decisions. On to the next one, the Chrysler. 1 day, 1 trip, 7 days. It got booked for a week. Let's go. The Honda, the same thing. 1 trip, 7 days. So the Nissan Altima, the Chrysler, the Honda Civic, they're being booked, for a week at a time. The Toyota Camry, it had a trip of 3 days. Okay. So we will make 10K this month. Of that, what's the net sales? What can actually be brought home? 44.78 is where we're at right now. And, taxes have to be paid out of this as well. Now, as the month progresses, these arrows are going to trend upward and turn green because we're only a third of the way in, but we're making very, very good progress. And the sales are trending over time. We're on track and we're making it happen. So I'll come back in a few weeks. I'll show you the results of a 10K month for November. Ask me any questions. I'll make sure to answer them. And if you want me to talk more about my Airbnb, that is just all 5 stars, let me know and I can do that. See you in the next one. Bye.